This episode of Broken Bones and Bullshit is brought to you by Ozcan Rule. Toby Collins, welcome on.
Oh, thank you, Bennett.
So, how did your rodeo career start?
It started when I was little. Dad rodeoed, mum and dad both rodeoed, and just rolled straight
Started
into it.
on steers or?
Yeah, potty calves. Started on potty calves, and then
just progressed your way up.
Yeah, progressed on up.
And so you second generation cowboy or third?
Second.
Second, yeah.
Yeah.
And what did your dad do? Rode bulls or bucking horses?
He was bucking horse rider.
Yeah.
Saddle broncs and bareback horses.
Yeah, awesome. Did he have a good career?
Yeah, he did. It was a good career. He had a lot of success. It went for a long time. Yeah.
Did he win an Australian title or?
Yeah, he won the Australian bareback riding title in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he won a Pro Tour title in the bronc riding.
Yeah, wow. And what did your mum do?
Mum, she barrel raced.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still barrel racing now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And she won a title in barrel racing or?
No, she never won a title, but she's just happy
enjoys
going every
doing
week. That's her deal. She likes barrel racing.
And what events do you do?
So I just ride bulls and saddle broncs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go at all of them when as I was coming along, just tried them all out. But yeah, bulls and saddle broncs.
Which would do you have a preference over?
I couldn't pick between. No, I had a lot more success riding bulls, but I love bucking horses.
Yeah. And it's you've travelled a fair bit doing it?
Yep. I got to travel well, the first trip I got to go was to New Caledonia.
Yeah.
Eddie Fisher took me and Jason Mara over there. And I'd never even heard of New Caledonia, and then it's a French speaking colony.
Yeah.
And we did French at school, and I didn't take it in at all. I'm like, there's no bulls in France. I don't need to know how to speak French. But anyway, we went over there, but yeah, they knew more English than I knew French, and we figured it out pretty good. And yeah, so it was cool.
How did you go when you were over there?
It was we went, and it was an exhibition.
Oh, cool.
Like they had their rodeo, and we just got on for an exhibition, but it was different. It was done a lot different, but it was fun. Yeah. And they took us out snorkeling and spearfishing and all that sort of stuff too. So.
And you spent a fair bit of time in America and Canada?
Yeah, America. I've had a few trips up to Canada, but
mainly America.
Mainly was in America. Yeah.
How long have you spent over there?
It ended up being about 10 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went in 2003, 2013.
Yeah.
And that was just 3 months. I was there and come home, and I went back 14 for 6 months. First trip, I didn't even get out of Texas. It just went too quick, and there was too much to see. And all
too
that.
many rodeos.
Yeah. And then the second trip was for 6 months, and we toured around a bit more and all that. And then I decided that I wanted to go back and rodeo, and then I stayed there until last year.
Did you do college there, or you just went over rodeo?
No, I never went to college. I'd done an apprenticeship, and we had to show up and work every day, and I'd left school earlier to do an apprenticeship, and I didn't want to have to show up and go to school, and it just wasn't going to work. I was ready to roll. Yeah. It would have been a really good thing, but it just didn't suit me at the time. But
just wanted to be on the road chasing
that was, and I couldn't be told any different either, so.
And you love it over there?
I did. I loved every part of it.
Yeah. Would you ever go back, or you've done what you wanted to over there? And
no, I stayed there long enough that I was ready to come home.
Yeah.
And I might go back just to visit mates and that I made over there. Like I got some really good friends over there, and
Yeah.
I was there for quite a while and got to be
Yeah, 10
really
years is
close
a little
to
while.
yeah. So I'd go back just to visit, but as far as rodeoing, I stayed long enough that
Yeah.
I gave it all, and yeah,
And what was some of the achievements you did when you were over there?
I I had some success like in the circuit and that. Like I made the Texas Circuit Finals a few times. Might have been 4 times, and
Yeah, was that with bulls or with both?
I might have went 4 times riding bulls and twice riding broncs. I think
Yeah.
might have been what it was, and then won it in the bull riding in 2022.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
And what was your favorite event over there? Like a favorite rodeo that you went to?
I had a few.
Yeah.
I love Cloverdale. That was in Canada. That was the first one I went to. It was in a baseball field,
Yeah.
and it was daytime first. The crowd was huge. They were loud. It was just a rough stock and barrel race, like the big broncs, and they barked, and it was exciting, and everything about it was just big and exciting.
Yeah.
Um, that was a favorite pretty quick, and then I had Houston and Pendleton with my favorites, like the two complete opposite. Like,
Yeah.
one was up in Oregon, as far north as you need to go, and outdoors, big arena, and then Houston was down Texas and indoors,
Houston's
and
huge, eh?
it was huge. And
Doesn't that run for like 10 days or something like the whole Houston rodeo?
it might go for longer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it goes
Yeah,
for.
because
But
I went once just spectating, and it was like you had to buy like 6 different tickets, one to this and then to the bands, and it was crazy.
yeah, yeah. But they were just like they are both huge rodeos, but two complete. Like one was old school. I mean, you sit out on the grass and watch the Bronx buck, and like it's in a big grass arena,
Yeah, yeah.
big wooden chutes, and yeah, and then Houston was bright lights and big concerts, and yeah, just the two complete opposites, but they were
Yeah.
pretty cool rodeos.
And any rodeos here compared to them sort of, or just not as, can't be as big?
Not as big, but I love Warwick Rodeo.
Yeah.
Like it is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know. I've just always loved Warwick Rodeo since I was a kid. I got
Yeah.
excited about going to Warwick. It was I don't know if it's because the camp draft was there as well, and the Gold Cup and the Bronc Ride run together.
Do you like the camp drafting?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you do it yourself?
I mean, I've dabbled in it a little bit down here. I've never been serious about it, but
Yeah.
it
Something that
interests
still
me.
interests you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You had much success at Warwick?
I did actually win the bronc riding at Warwick. It was after my first trip to America. I come back in 2013. Ended up winning the bronc riding there. Yeah, it was good. I ended up making the short round all three events, and I the bareback didn't go good, the bull ride didn't go good, and the bronc ride was the last one. And yeah,
Lucky that went all right.
if you enter it enough times, your chances of winning go up.
Who's probably been the biggest influences on you through your rodeo career? Like your old man give you a lot of advice. Did he get you started?
Yeah, like Dad got me going. Mum and Dad, like, and Dad I was going, like, he was still rodeoing when I was old enough to remember it, like,
Yeah.
the whole time through. So I was in and around it, and then it just led on from there, like, and then he would push me in the right direction. Like,
Yeah.
Dad and Jack Woodward rodeo on at the same time together, and he was practicing down there, and so we were always going down there, and Jack got me going riding calves, and then it led on to bulls, and
Yeah.
that's where all the bull riding started, and that, and then he was just around
Yeah.
everyone else, and Yeah.
And who was a big influence in the bronc riding that sort of helped you?
That was Dad,
Oh,
for
you,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Dad. And then was a bit older, and Bruce O'Dell had moved down here, and um, while I moved down, they stayed at home for a little bit, and then they didn't live that far away, and then so just as I was starting to get on broncs, like Bruce was a big help to
Yeah.
bronc riding. He was, and then yeah, did a Bruce O'Dell school and whatever. But we bucked at the house, and he would always come over, and then it sort of.
Did you have a setup at home?
Yeah, we did. It was just for real gentle stock though.
Yeah.
We didn't have nothing too wild. Like I had some ponies and yeah, some steers, and yeah, I had a couple of quiet bulls. But
Yeah.
yeah, if we wanted to practice, we
Go
went
somewhere
to
else.
yeah, we'd go somewhere else. But that was where it started, and it then after that it just sort of rolled on.
Yeah, and then obviously when you're in America, was there fellas helping you along the way?
Yeah, yep. But like I was there, and so Jack and all that got me going, and then I had a lot of interest in horses and that as well, and getting horses going, and then I ended up at Gary's, and I spent a lot of time there, and I'd be there for a little bit, and then that was sort of in between my trips back and forth, and I'd go back there, and
Yeah.
so it was, you could buck bulls there, horses there,
Yeah.
there was roping, there was riding horses, there was a lot
Yeah.
going on there, and then
Yeah, it's like Disneyland for rodeo at Gary McPhee's.
Yeah,
eh? Whatever you want, he's got it.
yeah, it was all there.
And
Yeah.
heaps of it.
Yeah,
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 we went on a tour there and he over like 100 bucking horses out in the paddock.
yeah,
It's mental, eh?
yeah. It was just all cowboy all day. Yeah, yeah. But
And I see you got a brace on your leg. What's happened here?
that was just at Maryborough Rodeo. I jumped off a bronc, which I hate doing, but I don't know why I did it even. It just seemed right at the time, and yeah. Anyway, it fractured my ankle, but it was
Oh, shit.
yeah, not a big deal. But
Have you had some big injuries over your career?
I really haven't. Like
Yeah,
no, a few bumps and bruises, but
touch wood.
yeah, touch wood. But no, it's been pretty lucky that way. Yeah.
And how's your sort of mindset going into like getting on a bucking horse and then getting on a bull? Is it any different? Do you change the way you like sort of approach each event, or is it sort of the same?
The mindset doesn't change, I don't
Yeah.
think. I think you've got the same mindset, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah,
But the mechanics of the event
yeah.
obviously changed.
Do you find they complement each other, like doing the two?
I don't know if they complement each other that much. They don't contradict each other, but
Yeah,
they might warm you up for the next one, like your blood's going and and say you do good whatever events first, and you get on a roll, and
yeah,
you can do good again, and that sort of deal. But excuse me, it yeah, it's just two different
yeah.
deals for me, I guess.
Because I found a few. I had a bareback fella tell me that he was getting on bareback horses, then jumped back on bulls, and he found his feet were just so much faster from like
Yeah,
just that of just setting them and
Yeah.
grabbing. That when he got back on bulls, he could feel his feet again. He just kept grabbing a hold, and it sort of helped his bull riding from
Yeah.
doing that.
yeah, like because you're hustling.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you're hustling, and then you get on. Whether it's the bronc, you just hustle, get on your bull, and you hustle. Like
yeah.
it's that same mindset for me. It's probably different for everybody, but yeah, I just
Do you have a preference which one you get on first, your bull first or your bronc first?
no, it really doesn't bother
Doesn't
me.
matter.
No,
Just whichever
No.
way they run up.
no. Sometimes like you just get used to. Generally, bull rides last event, and you get used to it,
Yeah.
and then they might switch it up and have you do it the other way around. And you're like, oh no, I don't mind it. Just,
Yeah,
so it really
just whichever way.
doesn't matter. No,
And you're pretty happy with the way the sport's going in Australia at the moment?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent here. there's a lot of talent here that's going over to America
Yeah.
and doing really good. It's probably hard when you're here to see it because everything's so spread out that you don't get it all together at one time.
Yeah.
But it's damn sure here in every event too. Like it's just getting it all together at one time. It's spread out and it's a long way for the northern guys to come down and southern guys to go up unless there's a run or whatever. But yeah,
it's sort of not the same as the States here. Like they'll just be everywhere because they can do it full time. Like the money's in it that you can live off it over there, where sort of
that
here
and
you can't sort of live off it. Probably not full time.
yeah, that and just the population of it over there. Like, there's more people in the state of Texas than there is in the whole of Australia. So therefore the number of people that are rodeoing compared to here, there's just more.
Yeah. But the talent's still here. Like
there's a lot of talent here. Yeah.
And it was great seeing Kai win a world.
Yeah,
Kai Hamilton.
that was unreal. And Damo to be there too. I mean, they both won the round the same night. I think they did it twice, maybe.
Yeah, wow.
And I don't know if that didn't inspire you, then I don't know what will. Like,
I think the only bad thing was like we had Kai win a world, and there was like one news station put it up. Like, I wish Australian media just grabbed it and blew it up to like show kids in Australia that like little steer riders or anyone that it's possible. Like, you can get over there and make a name for yourself and win a world.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel some people think it's just such a stretch, like, oh, that dream's too big to win a world. But it's not. Like, once you get over there and you're doing them, you're like, it's possible.
That was what I found. Like, it seemed like such a big deal to go over there, and them guys were such a big deal that I don't know what the words to use for it are, but it just seemed a little bit out of reach. But the hardest part was just buying the plane ticket, and then once you got over there, you're surrounded by them, and they didn't care. They were happy to meet you, to take you along. Like, it was.
Yeah, that's how I found. I went over there and I was sort of like a bit nervous, not knowing how it's all going to work. And then first bull ride, Ruben Barbosa's pulling me rope and really want me to do good. And just like, I was just one of them straight away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I had nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and then you're amongst it. And yeah, you don't think.
And then after 3 rodeos, everyone recognises you, knows you, and you're sort of just in it.
Yeah, and then, no different here.
Yeah, it just keeps rolling.
Yeah.
So how you going to keep going for a little while?
Yeah, I think I still got plenty left in me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come back and I had to just settle in back at home for a little bit last year, and then I started going again sort of Christmas time. And it took a little bit to get momentum going again, but yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Still plenty of life left in you.
Yeah, it excites me.
Is there many achievements you're still sort of chasing?
I'd damn sure like to win a few titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't won a title yet?
No.
Have you been to the finals?
Yeah, I went to the finals a couple of years at the Gold Coast and Caboolture. So I think I had 3 trips there before I sort of started leaving. And
heading over to the States.
Yeah.
Did you ever make, did you ride PRCAs over there?
That was mainly all I did, yeah.
And you made finals with them, or you didn't make?
Just the Texas Circuit finals was all I made with that, yeah. And the they called it the NFR Open. It was like after the circuit finals, they would take the top 2 to the NFR Open, is what they called it, which was the national circuit finals before that.
Cool.
They just changed the name of it.
What was the your best bull ride you ever made, or the one that sticks out the most?
I honestly don't. The best bull ride I think I ever did make was in the practice pen, I think.
Yeah.
And there was video. I didn't ever get it though. I was at LePew's there for a month or so, and it was the last day of Buck and Bulls before I left, and there was myself and Ian Malone. I don't know if you ever got to meet him. He was
No.
over here, and he was from Ireland, but everyone knows him as Irish.
Yeah,
Good guy.
yeah.
But anyway,
I've heard of him.
yeah, he was there, and Judd's wife, Chelsea, was videoing, but it was just, yeah, not very many of us there, and he ran the better balls in, and there was 3 of them, and the first one was good, and anyway, I got him warmed up, bucked me off. Next one, same deal, and then the last one come in, and he bucked, and he really bucked. He was away from my hand, and it just
It was just
worked.
cool.
Yeah, I've never forgot that. Like,
Do you know the name of the bull?
yeah, I don't know if it was like slingshot or rubber band or
Yeah,
something like
something
that.
like
It
that.
was, yeah, there was 2 of them there. I can't remember which one was which, but it was-
Yeah,
yeah,
because when I was over there, he had that legit.
he
Did
was
you
a
re-
calf.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was big when I was there, and you
Yeah.
had to walk through that paddock to go up the top of the hill to get phone service.
yeah,
And it was through his paddock, and he would just stalk you, eh?
yeah.
Like he would just big mean sucker.
But I say he was a calf. He was a big calf,
Yeah,
but he didn't want to buck him unless the bullfighters were there.
yeah, I can see why. Well, he
Yeah.
ended up nearly killing Gary. Got
Yeah.
him pinned in the back pens, and the only way he got it was wedging him that hard that he actually pushed him under the bottom rail.
Yeah,
And he said if he didn't push him under, it would end up killing him.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we didn't buck him when I was there, but he still would have stayed out. But
What's a piece of advice you'd give a young fella that wanted to start rodeoing or head over to the States?
just go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll figure it out as you go.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared to listen to people, but
Yeah.
yeah, but just go do it, and it'll work out as you go along.
Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. We'll take a quick little break and then we'll get back into it.
Yeah.
Ozcan Rural, providing Southwest Victoria with everything related custom sheep and cattle yards. Get in touch with the fellas via email ozcanrural@gmail.com. That's AUS, can like the one you drink, rural@gmail.com. Building fences straighter than your local politician. So who were some of the guys that you looked up to?
So when I was a kid and like was behind the shoots with Dad, like Jack was going, like Jack Woodall, Scott and Danny Fraser. They rode 3 events. Bruce O'Dell, Greg Lees was bareback rider and bronc rider. Like they were it. Like
Yeah.
you were around them and they were it. And because I was little, I didn't know about anything else. And then
Yeah.
but that was all at the start, and then it kind of changed. Like, yeah, you always looked up, and I still do look up to them guys. But then, as I got older and started doing something like Brad Pierce, Cody Anglin, Reese Anglin, them guys were all just a little bit above me. Like, it wasn't 10 years, but it was just they were the bigger kids, and they were steer riding, and then they were bull riding and bronc riding, and I could see them come up, and I wanted to be where they were at, and then they were going to America, to college, to whatnot. Like Brad was the rookie over there in the PRCA, the rookie bull rider, rookie all around. Like that was the
That was the end goal.
Yeah, so then I just sort of was looking to them guys, kind of following them, and then Travis Edwards from Western Australia, he came over here. He was not sure how many years he was over here for, but he did every event, like team rope, bulldogs, calf rope, bronc ride, bareback, bull ride. Like he just did every event, and he was here for a little bit, and like I thought that was pretty cool. And he was here for a bit, and then he left and whatever, and he went to America and college and all that, and stayed, and it was the first trip over there. Like Cody Anglin got me over. He said, "Come, I got a place. I'll show you how to enter. I'll take you to rodeos and all that." And that was good, and was there for 6 weeks, and then he had to come back here. And I crossed paths with Trav at a rodeo just by chance, and we were talking and whatever, and he didn't live that far from where Cody was at, and then
Yeah.
he said, "Yeah, come on, like during the week, come check it out." And so I went back there, and it was awesome. Like we rode horses, we rode. It was fun, and yeah, I went the next time when I was over there. I called in. I was there for a couple of weeks, and just before I come home, and he said, "Oh, if you're coming back, you're welcome." And yeah, him and his wife Jill, they took
Took
me
you
in. I
in.
lit. Yeah, I went in. I was just gonna stay there for a month or so till I found my feet and whatever. And yeah, I think it was 8 years later. Like the last 2 years I was over there, I moved out, but I was 3 mile down the road. And but no, they took me in, and they got 3 kids, 3 girls, and yeah, that
Just a part of the family by
yeah
the end.
yeah just kind of fitted in there. And
How different is it to enter over there? I know like some of them rodeos you have to enter like a month ahead, and there's a bit of an art to entering over there.
a little bit like when I first was there, you got the book, and you just go through and wrote down the dates, and because everything had a different opening and closing date.
Yeah.
And yeah, some you had to enter quite a ways ahead, and some. So yeah, you just had to pay attention to it,
Yeah.
and it was every day something would open and something would close. It, yeah, not just
Not like here, like
no,
Wednesday, Thursday.
yeah,
And
no.
then it's
It
pretty
was
easy
every
over
day.
here.
Yeah, yeah, and different times too. Like yeah, something might close at 10:30, and then same day something might close at 11, and yeah, which it wasn't really that hard. And then the last couple of years they changed it, and you'd get text messages on what opened and what closed, and
Oh, that's cool. Made
so
it way easier.
that was a lot better because yeah, it was pretty easy to miss it by half hour or an hour, like with the time differences and that. But
Who were your main traveling partners over in the States?
so I was first time I went over there when it was just a bit of a tour and check it out. Like there was Bryden was over there, and uh, Brock, Bryden, Brock, myself. We were all living together, and Cody. That was at Cody's place.
Yeah.
And then the next year I went back with Brody Pendergast, and we travelled together and met up with Tim Hammond, and he'd been over there for a little while, so he sort of took care of all the
Yeah.
entering and where we're going and that, and knew a bunch of people. And then yeah, I travelled with Jake Finlay a little bit and Tom Knight, and just how it goes. Like met up. There was a barbecue down the road where during the winter all the cowboys were there, and
Yeah.
we were playing volleyball and met Brady Nichols, and we hit it off and whatever. We didn't travel together that year, but we become pretty good friends
Yeah.
that year. And then the next year we travelled together. That was who I travelled with most of the time. It was Brady and Charlie, and Tab Hildreth was another guy. But yeah, they were all bronc riders, so they had to hang around and wait for the bull riding as well when I started travelling with them. But yeah, that was sort of the crew. And
That's the best thing, eh? Like what we touched on before. You just need to get over there because the world gets small once you're there.
yeah,
Like as soon as you're there, you just, oh, come down for a barbecue. All of a sudden, you bang, and then
Yeah.
you got a traveling partner, and
and that was all through Trav. Like Trav took me everywhere and introduced me to lots of people and really showed me around and
yeah,
and helped me get started. Like he'd let me go and make plenty of mistakes, but he would
rein
he,
you in when
he
you
wouldn't
do-
let me make too many bad ones. He'd stop me before then. But yeah, I went, and Brady and Charlie, they finished up before I wanted to finish anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, the last year I went with Brody Yeary, and I was just riding bulls that year. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it was.
Did you find much difference between the bucking horses over there and the bucking horses here? Like, is size probably the only thing? Because when I went over there, I couldn't believe the size of some of these bucking horses. The necks are this big.
Yeah, like put together a little bit different. Conformations different, but yeah, that's
They still do the same job.
same deal.
Yeah.
But it's changing here. Like they've imported some studs, and they've
Yeah.
been working at it for a lot. Like especially with that imported blood that's been going for over 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure on all of
The
it, but
breeding side, yeah.
yeah, but so they're developing it here, like it's evolving. It's good.
Did you have a favourite horse over there that you drew a few times that always sort of worked out good?
I didn't like some of them smaller Texas circuit rodeos. You got on the same ones twice. There's a little buckskin horse
Your
there.
dog's going off about something. You keep going. Just mongrel dogs going off.
But can't even think what it's. Golden Gun. No?
Yeah.
Heck, you have to cut this out. I can't even remember the name of it. But it went good, but there was so many over there that doubling up didn't happen a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was speaking to Bryden, he said, like, in Australia, you could really study them because it's sort of very similar, like, unless
Yeah.
it's a young one coming up. But over there, there's just so many.
Yeah.
And especially because you're 2 events.
Yeah.
Like, that makes it a lot ahead of stock to try to keep a track of.
Yeah. Like, it did happen, but not like it's happened here where it might happen, like, every second week or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But... that's...
It's been awesome having you on, man, and thanks for taking the time.
Oh, thank you.
Catch you down the road.
Yep, you bet.
Cheers.